Good morning. We are in San Juan today. It's our second port day. San Juan is one of those ports. You can take excursions, but it's so easy to walk pretty much everywhere. Watch out for the cabs there. Even though they're US here, they'll hit you $20 a person, not total. So a little expensive for the cabs for what little you actually have to ride around in here. So we are on our way to the Castillo San Cristobal, one of the two forts here on San Juan. If you watched our video series back on the Vista, we did the El Morro. So we're going to walk on up here. We're just a little ways away. We just had to get away from the port and all that so that it was not so noisy. And we'll give you a tour around. How you like this weather today, Doreen?
I love it. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, finally.
It's nice and warm. Last time we were here was very cloudy, drizzly, and I don't really see a cloud in sight right now, so we're looking forward to it. It's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's to everybody. These are our first views of San Cristobal. So we'll be going in here in just a moment, and we'll show you around. So the purpose of the fort was to defend San Juan. See a little bit about it there. Alright, so we are walking up to the top of the hill. The main entrance for some reason is closed. So we're gonna have to go around here. Hopefully not too bad. A lot of traffic. It is a lot of hills. It's the only bad thing. So if you have mobility issues, you don't want to try to walk it. You do want to take a cab in that case. So we have now entered into Castillo San Cristobal. So we'll take you around here. This is the inner courtyard when you first come in. As you can see, we're near the airport. You can see a plane back up in there. So when you first come in, it is $10 per adult, and that pass is good for both this and El Morro if you're on the same day. Again, we did El Morro back in April, so we're not going to do that again this time. They do have a gift shop as soon as you come in to the left after you've paid to get in. It is card only, so keep that in mind. It is cashless, so you do have to have a credit card. So they said this is the main plaza, the heart of San Cristobal. I won't read every sign, but we'll show you around. Some of them may talk, some of them may not. Doreen may talk some, she's got her mic too. So we'll take you a tour around. The guards would wear hats like that. So 1943, this is done up. Old pictures of it from World War II. There goes beautiful Doreen again. Come up here to the window so you can see the water out here too. It's just beautiful. So blue. It wasn't that blue yesterday when we were in Dominican Republic, but that's what we're used to down here is this beautiful blue water. If the waves weren't coming in, you can see the bottom. Standing guard. Looking over here. Rifle cannon. It's a large version of it. Oh no, that isn't enlarged. So we're kind of going backwards in time here. So starting on the other end. So we're back 1897 now. So not a lot here in 1898, just really empty, as you can see. And this beautiful drain again. Huh. $17.98. Key to the Caribbean. How'd you like to wear that guard uniform? Do what? So there's an overhead view of the fort we're at right now.
Did you see this as around the overhead view?
Puerto Rico, 1598. So they have all these throughout. They have the history of the fort, you know, they give you an idea of what all it went through, the changes. Lots of pirates down here. Pirates of the Caribbean. Unlike when you're driving, which is the Pirates of the Caribbean. I know, bad dad joke.
You can enter inside the door, but there is no door on the right side.
Go down this tunnel and see what we see. So this is the sign said this was part of the defenses. They could put explosives in here to bring the whole fort down if they had to. So it goes all the way out back through there. You don't go down there, do you? We just passed the ventilation shaft.
When they originally built it, they filled with smoke just from the oil lanterns. Oh, God.
Yeah. Walk quickly or you suffocate.
Hopefully we don't have to walk all the way to the end of this and then turn around. There's another, oh no, it's not ventilation, it's just lighting. It looked like another ventilation shaft. Oh, no, there's a way out. Yay. Back into the sunlight. See the ships off in the distance there. It's a bit of a walk up the hill, but they're really not far from the end. It's just how the roads are laid out. A lot of zigzagging and very steep hills. Like I said, the walk is not, it wasn't bad at all, but it is steep. So if you have trouble walking, you would want to take a taxi up here to the fort. Actually, both forts are the same way. Over here in port today, you can see in the distance there, there's Scarlet Lady is in. Right next to that is the Sun Princess. We've also got our ship, Carnival Magic. And next to that is NCL Jewel. Alright, so we're up at the top of the fort, St. Cristobal, and you can see we have the NCL Jewel in today, our ship, the Carnival Magic. Next to that is the newest ship from the Princess line, the Sun Princess, and then Virgin Scarlet Lady right next to that. Okay, so here is a diorama of the fort. As you can see, as it was originally. It's always neat to see these. There's a little baby lizards out here. Mama and the daddy over there. We just have to come out and see them out here.
closer. I'm gonna do this one before we begin to come down. So if you're ready to ring in the new year, let me see you put your right hand in there. Put your right hand up, right hand up, right hand, right hand up. Let's go.
Right, so now wrapping up New Year's Eve, we were in San Juan that day. Last time we were in San Juan, we went over to El Morro, the fortress over there, took a taxi up, and then walked our way back through the walking trail. I'll put a link on that video so you can go back and watch that from when we were there in April last year on the Vista. This time we just went ahead and walked because we knew it wasn't really that far. You can see it from the port, literally. So we walked on up to Castillo San Cristobal. I always got to look because it's one of those kind of strange names. To go through the fort. It is, as you saw earlier in the video, $10 to go through per person. On the plus side, if you have enough time, that $10 does cover both forts. So you take your receipt and you go and get on the other one also. So we walked around there. After we got done there, walked back down because one of the things, as you saw and we talked about.
Just a side note, whenever he was talking about you can walk to it, yes, you can walk to it. But it is a very steep hill going up to walk to it. So if you can't do a hill.
Yeah, if you're mobilely challenged, you'll want to take a taxi.
Yes. So just wanted to make sure that you know that.
So we did walk back down to Barashina's. We'd already intended to make sure we got our pina coladas. It's the birthplace of the pina coladas, and they make amazing pina coladas.
Yes, they do.
I'll let Doreen talk about that a little bit. That's one of her favorite parts of the trip.
Yes. So last time when we were there, we got there right when they opened, or like before they opened. So we were one of the first ones in. This time it was later in the day that we got there. So we were standing in line waiting to just put our name on the list to get a table. And we stood there in line probably for at least 45 minutes waiting to put our name on the list. And when we got up there, he said it was going to be at least another hour before we could get a table. And then he said when we got a table, it would probably be at least another hour before we got our food and got done and everything. And we were like, okay, we're going to have to not do this, because we had to be back to the ship, because we had an appointment to get our pictures taken, because that was our anniversary, and we had planned to get pictures done for our anniversary.
Through the Dream Studios, not the regular Pixels, but Dream Studios on there.
Yes. And so whenever we told him that, he said, well, and he just kind of looked for a second, and he turned around and he looked back and he said, come with me. And so we followed him, and he took us over to the bar, which he's not supposed to do. He let us sit at the bar and get an appetizer and the pina coladas so that we could go ahead and do that and still get back to the ship and get our pictures done, because it was our anniversary. Even though they were super busy, he still let us do that. So we were, so thankful, because we really wanted to get the pina colada, but we knew that we didn't have time to do it the other way. And so that was wonderful. And so they work with you there if they can, and if you're nice to them. And I had told him whenever we got up there, because he was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And I said to him, I said, you need like 3 or 4 of you. And he just kind of laughed, but he really did, because they were just really busy. So
Backing up a little bit, normally when you get in there, if you're not there right when it opens, there's 2 lines, the left and the right. Right line is if you're going to be eating. Left line is usually if you're going to sit at the bar for a drink or to get to go. And they only let so many people in because it's a very small place overall.
yes.
So for him to let us go sit at the bar to eat, that's where he really wasn't supposed to, because we should have been in the line where, of course, all those people were waiting more to get to go anyway. But they could only have so many, and that made it very difficult at times. So we were very appreciative. We did tip him for that. And
yes, we did. So, and they don't do that most of the time. So, don't expect that when you go, please. But it was a special experience, and it was wonderful because it was our anniversary, and it was really nice. So
after that, we did start heading back towards the ship, did a little bit of shopping. If you've been to Puerto Rico before, especially old San Juan, you see everything pretty much one time. So it's not like, okay, we've got to rush and try to figure out where everything is. You can spend a little bit of time, do some shopping, eat if you want to. I think next time we go, we may take the ferry over to New San Juan, where the Bacardi factory and such is. But this time we knew what we wanted. We had a time constraint because we were one of the last ships to get in there out of, I think, 4 ships that day. We knew we had to get back for our pictures. And then after the pictures, they are expensive for Dream Studios, but they are well done. They worked with us, and the photo album they put together for us, it told a story, and it was very professional.
Yes, it was.
We were very excited when we got to see it. After that, we had dinner reservations at the steakhouse. Again, it does cost. It's a little one of the more expensive meals you can get other than the chef's table. But if you have not been to the steakhouse, we highly recommend it. I forget what it is now. I think it was like $48 a person, but I believe it's gone up to like 50 something now. But you get, was like 4 courses, I think. You get like a chef appetizer type thing they bring you, then your
Yes.
regular appetizer, your entree, your desserts, and I think
Yes.
there's like a salad or soup course in there too.
I don't really remember.
But the
But
food is
it's
always great.
it's more than enough to eat for sure, and it's always wonderful. So
So we did that. After that was over, again, it was New Year's Eve. We did go change to get ready for the New Year's Eve celebrations. Went and watched Deal or No Deal, participated in that, and didn't win anything, unfortunately. um, and then about, if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I've got the fun times in front of me because, again, we're trying to go off of memory here. So we went to, right after the Deal or No Deal, they had an atrium party with our cruise director, Keegan, which was a lot of fun, dancing, singing. It then transitioned up to the Ocean View Plaza where they had, I think it was a little bit more 80s type tunes that they were doing up there.
yeah.
To get ready again towards the midnight hour. That got, the first part of that got done about 11:20 before they took a break, and at that point we went ahead and headed up to Lido for the countdown, as you saw.
And I'd have to just do a little shout out because this is where we met our new friends Candy and Michael.
Yeah. So if you've never cruised, if you're watching this because you're trying to figure out what to do with cruising is like being around family. You meet people. There's going to be people that you don't care if you ever see again. There'll be people you just, that we've got one couple that kind of basically brother from another mother type, or actually she's sister from another mother to us, that will be on another cruise in October. So once you cruise the first time and you start making friends, especially if you're on Facebook, you start following each other. Hey, when's your next cruise? Trying to work on scheduling it to be able to go on another cruise with them again. So it is very much a family life. I think we've already talked about it some, but just on that family, even the crew tends to be family. We had two crew members on this ship that one of them was on our very first cruise back in January 2023 that remembered us. She was the spa manager. It was really neat to be, for someone to remember here is almost 2 years later to remember us. And then a masseuse that we had on, that would have been back on Sunday. I think we talked about it a little bit, but she was on Mardi Gras when we were there in September, and she remembered us. There was actually a lady that was one of the guests on the ship this time that we found out during our bar crawl that was on the same cruise with us on our very first cruise, January 23 on the Sunshine. So it really is a family, big family reunion when you get on these cruises. Enjoy it. So we did, again, we went up to the countdown. They had music, started about 11:30 or so, all the way up to well after midnight. We only stayed till right at midnight, as you saw on the countdown. About 5 seconds before, the sky opened up. But it's like, we came for the countdown. That's why we were on this cruise, to enjoy New Year's Eve with the countdown on a cruise.
Yep.
So we stayed there. We counted down to 0, had our Happy New Year's, high-fiving with people, and then we ran for cover.
Yes.
So all in all, as far as the New Year's Eve celebration itself, other than the rain, it was amazing.
Yes, it was.
We probably will not do it anytime soon again. Some people do it every year. That's part of their annual stuff. But for us, it was an experience.
Yes.
My next big experience I want to do is Times Square. But I also have said, as crazy as it was on that Lido deck, I'd hate to see how Times Square is. But all in all, I think our day at San Juan, we had a good day.
Yes,
very
we did.
enjoyable
It was
anniversary.
Yes.
22 years she's put up with me, believe it or not. So
He's had to put up with me too. So,
but again, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, keep up with our adventures. If you want to try booking a New Year's Eve cruise or any cruise vacation type of any sort, reach out to us, trobtravels.com, or message us on Facebook, and we'll be more than happy to talk to you about it. We love cruising. That's our specialty, but we'll also work with any kind of traveling. We've got friends that have gone to down to sandals. We've had friends go to Cancun. We got one person looking at Alaska. So we'll put something together to you. Just let us know.